Hi, I'm Chris Bonpastori. I'm a Senior Technical Support Engineer at Quest. In this video, we will be going over the setup and configuration of Desktop Authority's new feature, Off-Network Support. We will go over a brief introduction, configuration of the Amazon Web Services, configuration of Off-Network Support, and working with on- and off-network support. Desktop Authority 10 introduces a new and exciting feature called Off-Network Support. This feature allows a computer previously provisioned with Desktop Authority 10 to use the Desktop Authority configurations when it is off-network. This means that machines no longer have to be on a company network to process certain elements. As long as the machine has Desktop Authority installed and an internet connection, then it can process these elements. The elements that you can use off-network are as shown. This list is also included in the accompanying knowledge base article. Desktop Authority can now manage a computer and user's session when they are not connected to a corporate network. As an example, think of a laptop that is connected to a corporate network in an office. But when being used remotely, it is disconnected from the corporate network. In this case, the computer, when used remotely, would be considered off-network, and Desktop Authority could not be used. But now in Desktop Authority 10, with the addition of off-network support, Desktop Authority can run in these instances. Off-network support is accomplished by using Desktop Authority's replication capabilities to replicate the configuration settings and the necessary files to a configured Internet Cloud service. Here is a basic view of how Desktop Authority replication works without off-network support. Configuration settings and other necessary files are replicated into shares located on the domain controllers. When Desktop Authority runs on a user's machine, it accesses these configuration settings from shares located on domain controllers. When adding off-network support, an additional replication target is added. And when the files are replicated, they now go to cloud storage in addition to the normal on-site replication targets. The files are then pulled down to the user's machine, and the configuration is ran from the local machine. Currently, Desktop Authority will only support Amazon Web Services cloud storage. In future releases of Desktop Authority, we will be adding the capability to use other web services. A link to Amazon Web Services has been provided in the accompanying knowledge base article. The Amazon Web Services account must be configured prior to enabling off-network support. To create an account, click on the link in the accompanying knowledge base article. Fill out the required information, then click Sign in using our secure server. The next screen will require you to provide your contact information. Next will be the payment information screen, then identity verification, support plan options. Once the account setup is complete, you will be asked to sign in to the console. When signed into the console, take note of the location listed next to your account name. You will use this location later in the configuration. Then click the account name drop-down and select Security Credentials. Finally, click on Create New Access Key. This final step will provide the keys needed to configure off-network support inside Desktop Authority's console. Now that the Amazon Web Service is configured, and we have acquired our access keys, we are going to log into the Desktop Authority console. Select the Deployment Settings tab, and click on the Off-Network Configuration tab. Click Edit. Check the box for off-network support. Amazon Web Services AWS will be selected automatically, as this is currently the only supported cloud storage provider. In future releases, we will be adding support for additional providers. Next, click on the Auto Configure AWS button. Use the Choose the Region dropdown to select the region used by AWS. This information was gathered when configuring AWS in our previous steps. My AWS region is set to Oregon, so I will choose the matching option. Next, input the access key ID and secret access key that was acquired when you created the new access key in the AWS console. Once the information has been entered, click Create. At this point, the off-network support configuration is now complete. Now that off-network support has been configured, a new standard validation logic category called Network Connection was created. This category will only be visible for profile objects that support off-network support. The supported objects were covered earlier in this video. Enabling and disabling can be done at the element and profile level from the standard validation logic tabs. Select a network connection type to enable validation, checking based on the current connection to the network, on network or off network. Select on network to validate when the computer is connected to the corporate network, when it is located physically in the corporate building or facility, or through a VPN. This means that the domain controller is reachable and therefore Windows domain and Active Directory services are available. Select off network to validate when the computer is connected to a private or public network with internet access, but the corporate environment is not available. If the network connection of the computer matches one of these connection types selected, the configuration element will be processed. As a reminder, for a computer to run off-network support, it must run Desktop Authority at least once while connected to the corporate network. Thus, it has installed the necessary client files. Finally, now that the profiles and elements have been configured, our last step is to start the replication process so that the configuration files are pushed to cloud storage. To do this, go to Deployment Settings, Server Manager, and replicate as normal. Here you can view the normal on-network locations for replication. To view the replication status of off-network support, you will need to go back to the Off-Network Configuration tab. Replication status will be shown at the bottom. When the replication status is green, all files have been replicated, and your off-network cloud storage is up to date. And that concludes this video. To learn more about Desktop Authority, visit support.quest.com/desktop-authority.